Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and how could you not love the goddess of love? It's love. So are these boons worthy of your love, or are these boons gonna leave you on red feeling sad and alone and depressed? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to crack open a tier list. That's what we do here. Join the Patreon to support the channel and vote for what god you want to see next. It's the best place to support the channel. Really helps us out. Like and subscribe also helps out. That helps us out for free. Check out the Magic the Gathering channel if you like Magic the Gathering. We've made some Hades Commander cards for you to take a look at. Hypothetical stuff. We don't own it. It's not real. And check out Tulok the Barbarian if you like Dungeons and Dragons. In previous videos, we would start at the bottom and move down, but today I'm honestly just going to be reading the boons in order that they show up on the wiki, and we're going to deal with it that way. Which means we're starting off with Flutter Strike, adding a ton of extra damage to attacks you do up close. Also just going to talk about Flutter Flourish at the same time because, you know, why wouldn't I? These are kind of the same thing. It's just one's on your attack, one's on your special, and again, they do more damage up close, which really depends on what you're using. If you're using something that sticks in up close, like the daggers or the punches on the rocket handle or the axe, it's the best attack boon on the axe. It's fantastic. But I'm going to put both in B tier because what if you're not? What if you're rocking the torches and doing ranged attacks? Then this isn't as good. Sure, you can try and position yourself close to stuff, but then you're not getting the value from the torches of making them a ranged attack. If you get this on your specials with the jetpack and you're shooting rockets, why do that when you could just, you know, not and get anything else that doesn't make you work harder? Aphrodite just in general is sort of these boons are dependent on the other boons you have goddess. It's really dependent on your build, so there's gotta be a lot of B tier coming up. And that's fine. B tier isn't saying anything is bad, it's just saying it's better for certain things and worse for other things. Now, Rapturing is a cast upgrade that inflicts weak. It also sucks enemies into the middle, which is some very useful tech. I'm gonna say this is A tier. This is one of my favorite casts. The damage is fine. I don't think any casts really do a tremendous amount of damage, and this one has the added utility of pulling things into the middle. Activates Origin, and weak is a very fun status effect. Being able to make all of your enemies do 30% less damage is just kinda solid. You can't really knock that. And then you can make weak even better with other boons that we'll talk about later. Yeah, I think this is a very solid cast. A tier. Passion Rush is a dash that also applies weak, but I think it's way harder to put on stuff. I'll still put it in B tier because it does the things that you want your dash boon to do. It activates duo boons, and it has a status effect that activates Origination. If you're just looking to get Origination going, if you're just looking to get a duo boon with Aphrodite, she's got some very good ones. This is a solid one to pick up. It's not the best, and you can probably get something better if you're not targeting those things or can get those things from other things that Aphrodite gives you. But overall, I'd say it's pretty fine. I think the range of it's kind of bad. It explodes near you and not near you in the other ways that Aphrodite registers near you. Like, near you on the other stuff is actually pretty big. There's a very forgiving window of what near is. This one, it really is just people you can touch with your hands, and that's kind of stinky, but does a status effect. Activates duo boons. What more could you want from a dash? Glamour Gain is interesting. I don't think it's all that great at recovering your mana because you have to not be charging an Omega attack or an Omega special or an Omega cast in order to get the mana recovery going. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Again, this is the best way to apply weak because you don't even have to think about it. It just puts weak on everything that's close to you. Holy moly, that's so good. But the weapons I'm using a lot of mana on, I'm constantly charging those Omega attacks and Omega specials, which means the recovery is never really gonna start. I'm talking mostly about different torches, but I also like using the Omega attacks on like the staff and the jetpack. Now, if I'm rocking an Aspect of Thanatos run and all I care about is that improved attack speed, this is a fantastic mana recovery boon, because I don't need the mana recovery part. I'm just looking for something to activate Origination. This does it. It does it with one of, I think, the best status effects in the game. But again, it's build dependent, and build dependent says B tier. That's what the B stands for. No matter what build you're rocking, it's more fun to rock it while you're rocking out to some good tunes. If you're rocking out to good tunes, you should check out today's sponsor, Raycon. That's That's right, gamers, this video is sponsored by Raycon and their fantastic bone conduction headphones that I'm wearing right now. It's a little hard for me to show just because I have so much hair, but yeah, I can wear these all the time, and people don't know I'm wearing them. They also don't know that I'm wearing them because they let you hear what's going on around you while you're listening to your tunes. The music is pumped in through your bones, leaving your ear holes open to hear other sounds, so you can carry on conversations while still listening to your tunes. It's great if you're going to a big, loud, noisy event and tend to get a little overwhelmed with all the sounds going on. These can help give you some consistent sound, but also keep you aware of what's going on. You know, big crowds, you wanna stay on alert for stuff like that. Because of how they work, they're also waterproof. You can wear them in the shower, and I do. Yes, that's footage of me in the shower, and you get more footage of me in the shower when Raycon sponsors a video. So, you know, support the sponsors, get more videos of me taking a shower. I've seen the comments. I know what you're saying. Thank you. The bone conduction headphones are comfortable. You can wear them all day. They have a 13-hour battery life, so you charge them at night. They're good to go for basically the entire day, unless you're running a really, really long day, in which case, hey, take care of yourself. You know? Take some breaks. You don't have to go all day. 13 hours, also perfect for flights. I really like the 13-hour battery life, and they just keep going. So charge them up. They keep going. Raycon has a variety of different earbud headphone types. This is what I like to use. Maybe it's what you'd like to use too. But Black Friday is coming up, so they're giving you 30% off site-wide for you and your loved ones. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/heightbc to get up to 30% off during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Again, that's the link in the description, or buyraycon.com/heightbc to get up to 30% off during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Now, let's get back to those lovely love boons. Shameless attitude. Sort of like shamelessly plugging the Patreon again. Please? Hey, you watch a bunch of these videos. You can throw me $1 a month. See, that's shameless. Shameless attitude gives you a bonus to your damage flat. And then if you're above 80% health, it doubles that bonus. I'm putting this up in S tier. There's no run where this wouldn't be good. It just always gives you a damage buff. And if you're trying not to get hit, which you should be, it'll give you a bigger damage buff. Hooray! It also pairs very well with weak, because weak reduces the amount of damage enemies do, which means you'll stay at 80% or higher longer. It rocks on a Mel Stone build, where you're just building up a ton of armor and never losing your health, because that will always be at full boost power. Yeah, can't really complain about it. It's just more damage. It works well on everything. S tier. Am I gonna do 2 S tiers in a row? You're darn right I am. Spiritual Affirmation. Gives you more health and magic. You know what run could use that? All of them. Like, all of them. Actually, ironically, Mel Stone, my favorite kind of run, where you build up a bunch of Hephaestus armor and get heavy metal, doesn't really benefit from this because you don't need the health, but just about every other run, more health, more good. Works well with Shameless Attitude because that top 20% of your health is now longer. Works well with having health. Do you have health? Vigor maxing is so important. Y'all remember the Elden Ring videos where we got the most vigor and everything was easy? Invest in your HP bar. Real chancy energy here. Big HP bar means easier life, means happier life. Not only does it boost your HP right now, it boosts every other centaur heart you pick up. It boosts all of the ashes you pick up that are supposed to give you 5 health. Now they give you 7 health. Now they give you 8 health. Plus, Aphrodite's got a dang duo boon that gives you more damage the more health you have. So it pairs well with that. S tier. When are you not taking this? Healthy Rebound, I'm going to actually put into A tier. This is another one that is kind of universally good. It just heals you back up to full health when you're not below a certain HP threshold. So why am I not putting that in S tier? Is that not good on everything? Well, it is good on everything, but if you're not losing that much HP, you might be better off just grabbing something that's going to help you kill things faster, do damage a little bit faster, and then when you fall below that health threshold, kind of stinks, because you always see it there. You always see, oh, if only I could get back there. Although some of these numbers go pretty darn low, and this one can even be upgraded with palms. So you can go very, very low. I've gotten it down to like 35%. I wasn't intentionally investing in it. It's just, you know, the random palms I picked up hit this, and yeah, 30% was the threshold. So I never really lost all my health. definitely still really good and really good on most builds. I would just say it's maybe not as universal as those last two boons were. Broken Resolve. Do you like weak? Do you wish weak was better? Well, that's what Broken Resolve does. It boosts the percentage of damage reduction of your weak effects. I'm going to throw this in A tier. If you've got weak, there's no real reason for you not to take this. I guess maybe if it's on the dash and weak is a little harder to get off than it is with the cast or the mana recovery option. Sure, maybe you don't want to do that, but the prerequisite for this is having something that afflicts weak. So this showing up in your boon pool, you have one of the prerequisites, and it's just going to be pretty good. You can lower the amount of damage enemies do to kind of a silly amount and then just shrug off all those hits, especially if you got Shameless Attitude, especially if you got Healthy Rebound. Aphrodite turning out to be a really great goddess. Maybe I ranked her too low. Maybe she's better than I thought. Maybe love really is the greatest power of them all. Because now we're going into Sweet Surrender, which makes weak afflicted foes take more damage. If you've got weak, why would you say no to this? A tier. This is percentage based, so it's better with big heavy weapon. I'm talking about axe. It's worse with smaller stabby weapon, dagger, but it ain't bad with smaller stabby weapon, dagger. It's still good. Getting an extra 20% damage on every hit is fantastic. These are also really simple boons to talk about, because like, what do I say? 20% more damage is good? Yes. Moving on, I guess. Yeah, we'll save you the time. Moving on. I'm trying to find a way to yap because I know some of you like these as lunchtime videos or taking a poop break at work videos, but I guess you're just gonna have to pinch it off and wipe. Jeez. Heartbreaker. It's a real heartbreaker, isn't it? Oh, speaking of which, that's the next boon. Heartbreaker. It makes a heart throb when you spend 40 mana and that heart throb does some damage. Does it do a lot of damage?
Not really.
Putting it in C tier. This is one of those boons that I just never really notice. One of the first silly runs we did was testing to see how many different heart throbs we could make and if that would be a really solid build. And you know what? It was fine. With all of the investment we could put behind the heart throbs, they ended up doing pretty okay. So I kind of don't like this. The reason I'm putting this in C tier instead of B tier when it is technically more damage is there's a lot of weapons I don't really like using mana with, so this just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything. And then even the weapons that I do love spending magic on, which are some of my favorite weapons, Aspect of Nyx. Aspect of Nyx, Aspect of Eos, those burn through your magic, and I still don't really like this. I just don't think that the damage is worth it, and I kind of don't like that there's duo boons attached to heartthrobs that try and synergize with heartthrobs because I feel like it wastes potential of what could be a better duo boon. Yeah, I don't really like this one, but I don't hate it, so C tier. It is technically an upgrade. Secret Crush. This one adds extra damage to every hit. This is a flat damage upgrade at the expense of cutting off a bit of your magic. Priming it, if you will. I forgot the word for prime. Whatever. We're moving on. Like a lot of Aphrodite's boons, this one's going to go in B tier because it's great on faster weapons, stabby daggers, rapid thrusting staves, torches that go blap blap blap, but it's worse on slower weapons, like the axe. There you want big percentage damage, so you want Flutter Strike. With this, you want faster stuff. And I don't think it's bad on anything necessarily. Like, obviously, more damage is still more damage. It's not worse, and priming 20 magic shouldn't be the end of the world. If you're investing heavily in the amount of mana you're using, losing 20 mana shouldn't be a big deal. If you're not investing in any mana, then who gives a shit how much you primed? Prime the whole damn bar. Incidentally, I do wish there was a boon that made you do more damage based off the amount of mana you have primed. I think that could be really interesting. We don't have to talk about that, but I think it'd be cool, and maybe you could use that to replace some boons that I think are kind of bad later. Who knows? Anyway, this is B tier. You should know which weapon it's going to be good on and which weapon it's going to be bad on, and hopefully there's something else in Aphrodite's pool of 3 offerings that you can take if this isn't something that's up to speed for you. Finally, we have our elemental boon, Wispy Wiles, which I always call Wispy Winds, because I like Kirby, I guess. That's Wispy Woods, though, so why would I call this Wispy Winds? Who knows? This used to be my favorite boon in the game in early access because it gave you 3% dodge chance for every wind you have. And then they nerfed it, and now it's only 2% dodge chance for every wind you have. Used to be S tier, then it got 30% worse. B tier. It's still good, but it's very build dependent. If you've only got 2 wind, this isn't doing much for you. Hot Pot would be better from Hestia. If you've got 12 wind because you're rocking Aphrodite, Apollo, Apollo, and Zeus, 24% dodge chance is very, very good. That's about 1 in 4. So it really depends on what you get. What I really love is when I see this show up on a Hera altogether boon, because then you just get some free dodge chance. I just really like that legendary boon. It always gives you something good, and this, since it scales up with your wind, will always do at least something. You know, 2% dodge chance is not very much, but I think you need a minimum of 3 wind before it'll even show up. So probably scoop it up unless there's something better, which I think is perfectly where B tier boons should be. So looking at that boon list, that's a lot of S's, that's a lot of A's, that's a lot of B's. Maybe we should have put Aphrodite a little higher up on that boon tier list. God, so many boons are so solid. And the more I play the game, the better I feel about so many boon givers. Except one. Anyway, if you liked the video, subscribe for more. Am I right about Aphrodite? Am I right about these boons? Or would you say that they're a little worse? Would you say they're a little better? Let me know in the comments below. Support the Patreon and go there to vote on the god you want to see next. We'll be working on a bunch of these. We've already got the footage for all of them, so hopefully they can come out pretty fast. If you want to vote for the next one, you got to get over there like now, like right now. In fact, you might be too late. You might be voting for the next one. Get over there. Follow me on Twitch and Tulok Time if you want to watch me stream different Hades runs, and I've been playing some different games. I played Snake Eater recently, played the new Katamari game. Check those out if you're into that. Bye-bye.